There lived a young woman called Tonia. She had a beautiful voice. People noticed it in small moments. When she sang while washing plates, when she hummed in the kitchen, when she followed worship songs in church, people would pause and look at her. "You should be singing outside," they would tell her. "I will," Tonia always said, "when I'm ready." Tonia had a list. She needed proper vocal lessons, not the random YouTube videos she had been watching for the past 3 years. She needed to lose some weight because to her, stage presence mattered. She needed the right song, not just any song, but the one that would make people stop and say, "Who is this girl?" She also needed the right place, not just any place. A proper stage, a proper audience, a proper moment. Almost every evening, Tonia passed one small lounge on her way home. The signboard outside was old and half faded, and the paint on the wall was peeling. Some nights they had live music there. Inside, ordinary people performed. People with shaky voices. People who forgot lyrics. People who laughed at themselves and kept going. Tonia would stand outside sometimes and listen. And every time she felt two things at once: contempt and envy. "These people are not ready," she would think. "Some of them cannot even sing well. I would never embarrass myself like this. If I ever stand on a stage, I will stand there prepared." Then one night, a man named Felix performed. Felix was 63 years old. He worked as a cleaner at a secondary school nearby. As far as anybody knew, he never sung in the public before that night. His voice cracked in the second verse. He forgot part of the chorus. He stopped, apologized, and started again. The crowd still clapped for him, not because he was amazing, because he was brave. After the performance, Tonia met him outside the gates. "Sir, that took courage," she said. Felix smiled. "That scene was rough, I know. But my wife died last year. For 30 years, she used to hear me sing at home and tell me, 'One day, you will sing outside.' Then I realized something." He paused for a moment. "I turned 63 last month. If I wait until I'm good enough, I may die waiting. So I came up here and sang exactly as I am. Not as a star, just as a man who loves music. And honestly, I'm glad I did." Tonia walked home slowly that night. She thought about her list, the lessons she never booked, the body she wanted to change before anybody could see her, the perfect song she had not found, and the perfect stage she was still waiting for. She thought about Felix, his cracked voice, his forgotten lyrics, the way people still clapped anyway, and she thought about his wife, who never got to hear him sing on a real stage while she was alive. The next evening, Tonia went to the lounge. 2 hours later, she was standing backstage. Her hands were shaking. Her throat felt dry. She had chosen a simple song once she had sung many times at home. But now, with a microphone in her hand and actual people waiting, her mind went blank. "I'm not ready," she thought. "I need more time. I need lessons." Then they called her name. Tonia walked onto the stage. The lights were too bright. She could barely see the crowd. The microphone felt strange in her hand. She closed her eyes and thought of Felix. She thought of his wife. She thought of all the years she had spent waiting for the perfect version of herself to arrive. Then she sang. It was not good. Her voice cracked. She forgot the second verse and replaced it with words that barely made sense. She held the microphone too close, then too far. She moved awkwardly because she did not know what to do with her body. But she finished. And when she opened her eyes, the crowd was clapping. Not because she was great, because she was brave. As soon as she came down from the stage, she rushed to the back and threw up in a dustbin. Then she smiled. Tonia came back the following week and the week after that. Her voice still shook sometimes, but less. She forgot fewer lyrics. She became more comfortable with the microphone. She started learning what to do with her hands, how to stand, how to breathe, and how to recover when things went wrong. That was when Tonia realized something very important. She was still not fully ready, but she was no longer waiting. She was doing, and that is what many people do not understand. Most people think readiness comes before action, so they keep preparing. They keep making lists. They keep watching videos. They keep taking notes, planning, adjusting, and waiting for one day when they will finally feel confident enough. But that feeling rarely comes. The truth is, the first time will probably be rough. That is not a sign to avoid it. That is the price of beginning. Talent without action is only a private opinion. Even the most beautiful voice in the world means nothing if nobody ever hears it. You do not become a singer by thinking about singing. You become a singer by singing badly, publicly, repeatedly, until the bad start falling away and something real begins to show. Tonia learned something else too. Perfectionism often sounds noble, but most of the time, it is just fear wearing good clothes. She told herself she was preparing, but deep down, she was hiding. All those excuses, the lessons, the body weight, the perfect song, the perfect venue were not really barriers. They were shields. They protected her from the embarrassment of failing in front of people. But failing badly teaches you something. Waiting perfectly teaches you nothing except how to keep waiting. Felix understood this at 63. Tonia understood this much earlier. But many people never understand it at all. They keep their gift inside the house. They keep their voice in church only. They keep their talents in their head. They keep waiting for the day everything will align. And one day, time runs out. So instead of asking yourself, am I ready yet? Ask yourself, am I willing to be bad at this for a while? Because the world does not reward the people who were most prepared in theory. It remembers the people who showed up. You're either doing it badly right now or you're waiting to do it perfectly someday. One person will have progress, the other will only have plans. So start before you feel ready. People respect courage more than perfection. They connect with honesty more than polish. The hard truth is that many dreams do not die because people lack talent. They die because people keep postponing the moments they must be seen. They rehearse in private, improve in secret, and convince themselves that one more month, one more course, one more adjustment will finally make them ready. But the distance between who you are and who you want to become is usually crossed in public, not in hiding. And there's something humbling about beginning before you feel prepared. It forces you to face yourself honestly. It strips away fantasy and replaces it with reality. You stop imagining how gifted you might be and start discovering what is actually strong, what is actually weak, and what still needs work. That truth can sting, but it is far more useful than years of untouched potential. What looks like a small act of courage today can quietly change the direction of your whole life. One shaky performance can become the reason for the next one. One imperfect attempt can introduce you to people, experiences, and confidence you could never have gained by staying in your comfort zone. Progress often comes through doors that pride would have kept shut. So do not wait for fear to disappear before you move. It may not disappear at all. Move with it. Let your voice shake. Let your hands tremble. Let your first step look unimpressive if it must. What matters is that you stop making a home inside hesitation. The life you want may begin on the other side of one uncomfortable decision. Now the question is yours. Will you wait until everything is perfect, or will you start while it is still messy? Will you protect your pride or risk small embarrassment so your life can move forward? Because the cage of not yet does not lock from outside, it locks from inside. And most times, you are the one holding the key. Thank you for watching. If this made you think, don't forget to like and subscribe for more simple lessons about life and growth. I'll see you in the next video where we break down another lesson that could change your life. Bye.